And this is JDM World. Today, we're filming episode 8 of Jiles Journey. And in this episode, we're going to talk all about the surround sound speakers I've installed in my home theater. Now, surround sounds aren't that terribly exciting, but for me, I really wanted to do something to liven them up and just make them different than anything else that you've seen before. So I reached out to the Starke sound guys and I asked them what they had that would kind of meet that criteria. It was a good conversation. Des, I'm looking for something crazy. I mean, crazy. What kind of crazy are you talking about? Well, look, I need surround sound speakers, but I don't want anything that anyone's ever seen before. Oh, so you want something really crazy. So I want something that when people come into the theater, they're gonna be both blown away visually and sonically. I've got what you need. Yes, I've got exactly what you need. Anyway, that's how I remember how things went down. So that led to me picking the IW-H5, so the Halo series from Starke Sound for my surrounds. And if you look, you can, there they are, right there, don't move. You can see them behind me. And I've got another pair over here that you'll see later too. So in the video, we're gonna go through and look at the features of the speakers, what they look like when they were delivered to me, and then we'll step through the installation process and getting these things, no, where'd you, stop moving. Getting these things on the wall were, it's an exercise, and you'll see what I mean when you see it. It was pretty cool. So let's get into it. While we watch these beauties on the screen, let's talk a little bit about what we've got going on. So these on walls are three-way sealed speakers, and they've got two 8-inch carbon fiber reinforced plastic woofers. For the mids, you've got two 4-inch carbon fiber drivers with a phase plug, that's that little goldish thing in the middle. And then for the highs, you've got a single 1-inch beryllium dome tweeter, which for me really is the magic of this speaker. I mean, it sounds brilliant. These guys take anywhere from 60 to 500 watts, so you can hit them pretty hard, and the frequency response as listed from Starke Sound is 32 hertz to 40 kilohertz. Now I'll measure this in the next video so we can see what I actually get in room, but that's what they're listing, and sensitivity is listed as 92 decibels, which really is quite good for a speaker of this complexity. The crossover has a couple of interesting switches as well. One is the bass boundary compensation switch. So sometimes when these are mounted on the wall, you get a boomy or kind of throaty, chesty mid-bass response in the vocals, and toggling this switch around will change that bass response and sometimes help with that. The other is a treble attenuation or accentuation switch, so you can either give -2 dB or +2 dB to the tweeters, just depending if you've got these behind a T-screen or they're being used for music, for 2-channel rather than for home theater. There are also connections on the side for bi-wiring or bi-amping if those are strategies that you wish to pursue with your speakers. These guys weigh about 95 pounds each, which makes mounting on the wall quite interesting, and you'll see that in just a little bit. Now we're back in the garage. A lot of magic happens out here, but today we're gonna look at some boxes, because the boxes that this Starke sound gear comes in, are next level. I mean, I've never received equipment that looks quite like this before. So there are 4 layers of defense, I guess, for these devices. So on the super inside, there's this nice silky sheath or stocking, or whatever you want to think of it, that the speakers come packaged in. Then sandwiched around that is foam. Then outside of that is a cardboard box, and outside of that is a wooden crate. Yeah, a wooden crate. It's really cool. So when this stuff pulls up at your house on a pallet and they drop it down, it's hardcore. There's no damage happening to these speakers unless they just decide to run over them with the truck or something, right? So now let's take a closer look at the materials themselves. So this is the sheath. It's nice and silky. It even says Starke IW-H5 Elite. Do I look good? I think I look good. And also in the box, you've got the materials, reading materials, and nice white gloves, just in case. Then if you come down a little bit closer, you can see the cardboard itself, and then inside of the cardboard, this is the foam packaging. So this is what's giving you a lot of the resilience when things bounce around. Now, this whole kit goes inside of this thing. So this is, I don't know, it's thin plywood with metal edging, and it's got nice loop handles on it, and it's hardcore. So this thing can get beat up, and everything's gonna stay in pretty good shape. So that's the next level packaging that you're gonna get with any of the Halo Elite Series 5 equipment from Starke Sound. Mounting the speakers is quite the ordeal. So these guys are 95 pounds each, almost 100 pounds, and they have 2 hooks that they use to hang on the wall. So you have to pretty much manhandle these things up and then hook them onto these 2 hooks that you attach. So I'll flash up a picture of what they look like, but each of these hooks has 3 screws that attach into the wall. You want to try and hit a stud with at least one of those screws. And then you have to get them just the perfect width apart from each other and the right height so that your tweeters are going to kind of be at ear level with the other tweeter planes from your other speakers in your room. So not the easiest thing to mount, but once you get them up, they look absolutely spectacular. So that's pretty much the whole story of the IW-H5s. These are my favorite on-wall speakers, and they're tied for my favorite Starke Sound speaker overall. I mean, they are just absolutely insane. They look amazing. They're huge, right? And they have presence just visually. They sound so good. They can be used as fronts or surrounds. They're super flexible. Once you get them on the wall and get that dealt with, they hang out and they just are beautiful in your room. I can't recommend these high enough. So please take a look. If you're in California, drop by the Starke Sound showroom and see and hear these for yourself. You'll be dazzled. Thanks for watching as always. I really appreciate it. Your subscription is the most valuable thing that I can earn from you. So if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe below and hit that bell so you'll be notified for any new videos. And also drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought about these. Did you like them? Is it something that you're interested in? Or is it kind of not in the right ballpark for you? If it's not, I got plenty of other videos, by the way. So thanks for watching and have a great day.